Like I say, at some point in time, Nixon or JFK or Jimmy Carter realizes that I own all these companies, or I owned all these companies. I led these people. I invested in these people. They were using my minerals and my metal, and basically they might have owed me money, but it's like, that was generations ago. Don't worry about it. You know, and more like it's just like a proud thing, basically. Pretty much, you were one of the creators' companies. Me, I invested in you. I guided you. You might have some knowledge that there might be some of my circle wheels still there, or some of my star wheels. There's a lot of big mining operations around the world at one time, long, long ago, but a lot of them have been scrapped out. And basically, you were making knives with my metals, probably a horseshoe shop or something like that. I built a lot of your towns, basically. We did. Later on, there's war and destruction, and I'm protecting certain towns and stuff like that. And I try and save as many people as I can. But Nixon and JFK and Jimmy Carter and a bunch of other people are these crazy lunatics that are running around and basically harassing people and killing people and raping people. And I'm surprised that anybody actually lived. So anyway, though, but I don't really know. You're gonna have to find out. You can look through the history books. They tried to change some history. Zachary was trying to do internet shit, or computer shit with the computer systems. Basically, Bill Gates, some psychopath that had drugs and was basically a kind of person that would shoot anyone. Anyway, a bad person, running around being psychotic, stealing, taking, all kinds of crap happened basically. I can't really tell you the exact details of your past. You're just gonna have to go through the folklore and look at the histories and look what people say. Eventually, maybe your parents will tell you some of the truth of the past. Maybe. Basically, the whole world was being lied to, and they thought it was real. Certain things were real, and they weren't. Like I say, the Pope, they were giving out immortality or pretending to give out immortality or something like that. There was a bunch of lies, like a whole world of lies going around the last like 50 years or so. The whole world was on drugs and being lied to by some very bad people that were just killing people and shooting people in the back, pretending to be good people or whatever or something. I don't really know. Like I said, I can't tell you the exact details of your particular existence. I can only tell you the long range stuff. Um, Basically, day by day, a lot of bad shit can happen in just a short period of time, and it did. Anyway, and basically a lot of lying people, a lot of people. And it wasn't even the drugs that their problem was. It was just that they were psycho and they knew they could lie. And Jimmy Carter, JFK, they thought that no one would ever stop them, that they could be that powerful or they were that powerful, and they weren't. And like I said, at some point in time, I was like, and next thing you know, basically Jimmy Carter, JFK, 30 clones or so, and quite a few other people are basically being tortured and screaming at some point in time. From 50 trillion years ago, I grabbed them and basically took them somewhere where no one would ever find them, and then tortured the shit out of them and then killed them, basically, because they pissed me off. And if I didn't do it, somebody else would have. So, anyway, eventually people find out what I did, how I tortured the shit out of them, and why I tortured the shit out of them, and why they had pissed me off so much. And basically, they thought that they could be immortal or powerful, whatever. And basically, Nixon and even him, I might have just been like, I will give you one life to live, and then you will be mine, and tortured. And I did, probably. Anyway, I might have tortured him to insanity and back quite a few times, and then basically sent them out into the world. I don't really know exactly the details of it, but whatever it was really bad. It was really psychotic. And basically, yeah, I did that. I didn't really give a fuck. He really pissed me off. And there's quite a few other people that pissed me off. And I was this kind of thing that's what I did. That's who I was. I was an epic creator, an epic existence, and it was like the death of my life forms or the torture and forever whatever of a few people, namely JFK, Nixon, and some other people. And it's like you didn't want to get in my way. You didn't want to be that thing. I wasn't the kind of thing that would stop and go, "Oh, I'm sorry." I was the kind of thing that was like, I was one of the more dangerous, psychotic, just like life forms out there, where the world would go and get dark around you, and you would be mine, and I would do what I had to do, and then you would be tortured and find yourself in forever pain. Like I said, they used to call me the Dark Knight or something like that. Like I was really that powerful. I don't like to admit certain things, and I don't really know exactly because a lot of it was deleted and I didn't want to remember what I had done. But like I say, I didn't exactly have a conscience, and I didn't exactly care. You were my life forms and my responsibility. And at times I didn't necessarily have feelings or care about anything. So what I did just happened, and there was nothing that could stop me. They used to call me unstoppable. Anyway, I eventually stopped and realized my mistake maybe at some point in time. I'm not exactly sure. A lot of stuff happened. I say for the most part, I can only say I'm sorry. I didn't torture innocent or weak people. I didn't torture people that were just doing what they were doing. And I always tried to tell them before I told them before they did it or whatever, I said, stop, don't do this. And, if they kept doing it, then, and sometimes I didn't even tell you, stop, don't do this. Sometimes I was just like, I mean, like I said, the further you go back, the more powerful I am. And at times, like I say, I'm sorry. Existence used to be different. And I was really that old and really that powerful. I just didn't tell anyone about it. Anyway, I don't mean to scare you. I don't mean to threaten you. I'm just explaining what I was and who I am and who Lucifer Star really is. I was something else. They would say next generation, but truly I was just undefinable. I was really old and really powerful, and you could almost equate me with the darkness or space itself, I guess. Like I say, I'm only going by basically what I think or whatever. I'm not exactly sure. Like I said, I changed throughout the years. I was different. I was vastly powerful, as large and as big as space itself at one point in time. It was just what I was. It wasn't really my fault. And most people would say it's not his fault. He didn't know any better. And it's true. I didn't. I might have even been hacked. I don't really know. I don't remember. Like I say, there's a reason why at one point in time everyone was scared of me. And it was justified fear. Anyway, eventually most people would say he got soft, and it's true, I did get soft. I mean, I didn't get pleasure from torture, and I didn't test out life forms. I didn't put you through fucked up experiences just because. In fact, I didn't put you through fucked up experiences at all. That was all free will. But I did do what had to be done. And I was very technical about it, I think. I don't really know. A lot of people be like, blah, 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 geez. It's like, well, look, this is the way it was. This is what I was. We all have to admit what we were. I was Lucifer Star. Something that people would equate with space or existence. I can't really say. I'm Brian now. The information is gone. I can only kind of like draw on bits and pieces of what I was, shattered throughout the universe or existence at some point in time. I didn't want to be that though. Like I said, I got a choice to choose my existence. And I chose to be better. I chose to be epic. I did not want to cause pain. I wanted to be the kind of person that children would come to and love and be like, to think of me as Lucifer Star. Like I said, I wasn't psycho. I wasn't like lust. Give me your body. I was like, we're working here. This is business. We're doing things here. This has to do with everyone else's existence as much as it has to do with your existence. This isn't just, oh, let's go play, let's do drugs. This is basically, this is an existence game. There's me, there's other life forms in the universe, and some of them eventually sometimes will be like, because that's just, some things that's just what they are. Anyway, it's all complicated and all ridiculously crazy. This fallacy of basically pleasure and happiness is just a momentary thing that my psychotic existence provided at some point in time, because my other exoskeletons were that powerful. They could take down almost anything. They could practically jump from one planet to another planet because they were so fucking tough. Like, they didn't mind being in space. Anyway, I forget exactly how tough they were, but they were very, very, very efficient.